Well, everyone, it finally happened. We have official leaked images of the $1,000 Lego Star Wars Death Star coming out October 1st. It is going to be set number 75419, 9,023 pieces. I believe it is still 38 minifigures, but it could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. I'm not fully sure on that, but between 36 and 40 minifigures. And we finally have real images. So actually, right when I uploaded the original version of this video that had 3 images in it, the 4th one leaked. So I'm going to go back and either I'm going to fully refilm this and redo it, or I'm going to just kind of put this clip into it. But this is the best picture. And actually, let's just get it out of the way. Let's get the best picture out of the way. This is of the front of the box right here. It says Death Star in the top left corner. It has the red hue on it. It says it's cut off, but it says series in the top right. I really wonder if that says Master Builder series or not, because this is definitely more so what it is compared to UCS, like we've kind of been calling it for the past year until we found out these rumors, because you would think for $1,000, big UCS Death Star, in a spherical shape, but it is not a sphere, and as we'll see in a second, it's not even half of a sphere. It is wild what they chose to do for $1,000 here. So let's get into it. So this is the front of the box right here. And as you guys can tell, it doesn't look too bad. Like, just looking at this right here, this looks very cool for a display piece. Does it look like it's worth $1,000? Heck no. This right here on paper looks like it could be somewhere around the $300 to $500 range. It's kind of crazy where they really baked in 9,000 pieces. So starting from the top, of course, we have all the different rooms, which there's a closer image of most of them that I'll show in a second. But we have the Death Star laser on the side, of course. We have the throne room up top. We have all the other action scenes that happen in the movies. And again, I will openly admit, it looks good aesthetically for what they're trying to do from the front view, but just not how they should have done the first $1,000 Lego Star Wars set, and let alone just not how they should have managed it to begin with. Again, like in my opinion, they should have done something like this, scale it down a little bit to get to around the $400 or $500 range. And I know this is not exactly how Lego Star Wars works or Lego products work, but make a version like this for your $500 mark. And then for your other $500, you give us a, whether it's the same size as the old one or not, you just give us a spherical Death Star, preferably probably Death Star 2 at that point, since, there's really not a lot of interior stuff you can really do there. And I think the Death Star 2 looks better, more aesthetic from a, fully enclosed perspective. And give us a $500 version of that, where then, you could have either side of the, the demographic here, whatever you prefer. You can go buy your $500 version of what you like. And then, of course, there's still going to be people that buy both of them. So, so here it is right here, guys. I guess I will move into the actual other images that got sent earlier. Here's the picture of like the side of the box. In my opinion, I said in the first clip or the first video, it looks like a Black Series box in my opinion. I mean, the art is cool, but it just doesn't really scream, Lego box art. Like it doesn't really do anything for me. So not the biggest fan of that. Although I guess it's kind of crazy, they put the spherical Death Star on the side of the box, but they give us what they give us, for the actual set. But the dimensions right here, I don't remember them vividly, but it's like 70 something by 70 something by like 27, I think, centimeters, of course. Here's a better look at like the actual shaping of it. Of course, from a front view, it looks like how it does on the front of the box, but from a side view, as you guys can tell, the rumors were, true. It's not a sphere. It is literally like a center of a sphere. It's, and the other rumors that came out about a week ago, with it being able to be hung up on the wall, you can kind of see, I think, where the wall clip is, that little white protrusion on the back side of it. That's probably where, there's going to be 1 and 1 where you can kind of hang it, which again, like on paper, it sounds cool. Like this, I will admit, it will look cool on a shelf, but not for $1,000, and sure as heck not with all these terribly done minifigures. That's kind of like just the icing on the cake, where it's like, whether we like this or not, or whether it looks aesthetically pleasing or not, 30 of these minifigures, or not 30, but like 20 of these minifigures are just not the best of their ability, or the best of what Lego could do, which is wild when they're gonna charge $1,000, the most expensive product ever. But this is the shaping of it. Right here, and that's just, I mean, after all these months, after nearly a year or like 11 months or 10 months of this being a rumor, this finally came to fruition, and it's gone through a lot of like ups and downs, and at some points it was up here, at some points down, and now it's all the way down here. It is definitely not what I feel like a lot of us want. Of course, there's going to be some people that like it, but I think all of us can agree at the end of the day that them doing this for the first $1,000 set really is pretty crazy to me. So let's break it down. Let's go room by room here. We have most of them. We have the landing pad area, of course, with a micro or a midi scale Imperial shuttle. Definitely, I like Imperial shuttles. I'm not a big fan of small versions of stuff though, but it fits in scale with the Death Star, so it makes sense. It does confirm we get 6 stormtroopers, of course. Then we have the Kenobi versus Vader room. We have the control room with Han and 3PO. We have the trash compactor room. We have I'm not sure what this room is. I said it in the first video too. I have no clue. I'm gonna keep it honest with you guys. I'm not because I don't like A New Hope. It's definitely just a slow movie for me. I have not rewatched it in probably like 10 years at this point. So actually, I take that back. I rewatched it in 2019. So it's been like 6 years. But I sure as heck don't remember that scene. We have the conference room, that's probably gonna be my favorite room of the set. Then we have the Leia, kind of in prison cell scene. We have the Death Star turret right there with a little gunner. We have the the final duel, I think it's called, the Luke versus Palpatine and Vader, and then we have the dimensions again. So I will say this much. I mean, I'm surprised this leaked now, but I'm not really, because these exact pictures I feel like could have leaked at any point in the past couple weeks. I'm not sure if this is the same person that had the box a couple weeks ago. I would assume it's not. This looks like it's in the back of like a warehouse, like a Lego distribution center. So that's why these exist here. I think the other person, again, we don't know who it is, but they definitely pulled some strings, I think, to get that box, nearly at this point, I think like 3 weeks ago, right? So it's pretty crazy. But here it is, guys, after all these months, almost a year. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Me personally, again, I won't be picking it up. I'm going to be honest though, after seeing this though, if this was like $500 or under, I would probably pick it up. Like I like this concept more than I would have thought, but for a cheaper price point. And the figures, of course, there's no exceptions there. I mean, a lot of bad figures in this set that are always going to be a negative and downside to the set. But my one recommendation, and sorry if I'm kind of like stumbling a little bit. Again, I filmed an entire 8-minute video right before, like 30 minutes ago, talking about points as well. And I'm trying to like think about like what I thought about or what I said already and what I didn't. The last thing I guess I'll leave you guys off on this video with is, in my opinion, all right, this is just coming from just a friend, a fellow community member, just, friendly advice, if you're looking for one. If you guys do want a spherical Death Star, in my opinion, I think the best move out of the original 3, the Death Star 2 is in its own, echelon of price, and then comparing the 08 to 2016 one, the only difference pretty much is the updatedness of the figures. And the 08 one is still it got very low there for a while. Like it was like $600-700 sealed. It's creeping back up now though, because people want to go back, and especially for under $1,000, the same price they're asking for this one, basically at that $1,000 mark, they want to go back and get a spherical one. So the 08 one, it's creeping back up. It's about $850 or $900 now. In my opinion, if you guys want to go back and get the older ones, they are going to start. I mean, unlike how I thought originally at the beginning of the year, I sold my 2016 sealed one for like $1,700 because I'm like, all right, the new one's going to come out. They're going to do it perfect. And no one's going to really care to go back and get the 2016 one for $800 more than the new $1,000 brand new one. So I sold it, but now it's like these older ones, I think they're going to start creeping back up because people want to get those, spherical ones. So I'll leave you guys all off on that. Definitely leave your thoughts down below. I want to get this uploaded, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys, and stay safe.